Hey guys, how are you doing today? I hope you're doing amazing and fantastic and wonderful. I know that I'm doing pretty good, not too bad, not too bad. I can't believe that it is already August and we are 8 months into the year of 2019. We're almost done with 2019. I mean, there are so many things that are happening in 2019 that I'm super excited about. I'm getting married in a couple of months. Like, oh my goodness, I'm gonna be a missus. I'm so excited. I have my wedding dress try on and alteration soon, and we gotta go find Aaron a ring and all of that fun stuff. But that's not what I'm here to talk to you guys about today. Today, I'm going to talk about the literature book haul of my Japan trip. So you guys have already seen my manga haul. If you haven't, I will link it down below. But I hauled all of these beautiful manga over here and some for my friends. But I also did some hauling of literary books. Now I know a lot of people are like, Courtney, why are you going and buying books in another language that you can't even read? Well, one, to support my authors. I love supporting my authors. The authors, I call them my authors, like they're my best friends or something. Like I know them all personally. I don't. But I wanted to make sure that my favorite reading, my favorite fandoms, my favorite authors are being supported in all the countries that I visit or anywhere that I visit. Guys, it's just another reason to buy books, okay? Like, get off my back, all right? You know, it's a duty-free zone. But, so, one of the books that, it was the very first book that I bought when I was in Japan was Death on Tap by Ellie Alexander. So, the actual Death on Tap, I have it in hardback, and it looks just like this. So this is Death on Tap. This is a Bavaria cozy mystery series by Ellie Alexander. And she recently posted on her Instagram about how she was going to be published in Japanese, in Japan. And I thought that that was such a coincidence since that's where Aaron and I were going for our honeymoon. So the very first bookshop that we could find in Kyoto was where I picked up Death on Tap. So you can see it looks vastly different than what the other book looks like. So we've got this right here, and then they read, you know, backwards to us, and they read from the right down. And so it's so much smaller than, this is what it looks like without its dust jacket. It's so much smaller than the American version, but I love it all the same. It's so amazing. I love that cozies are becoming everywhere, and it makes my heart so happy to even be a little bit a part of why cozies are being read more often. I don't know how many times I have you guys message me and say, hey, I just read my very first cozy today and I absolutely loved it, and they got it from my channel or from my Instagram or Twitter or something like that. Like that just, it makes my heart so happy to know that I'm able to help, you know, bring the coziness to everybody's world and life. So one of the other books that I got, this was when Aaron and I were in Tokyo. So I have a huge love for Harry Potter, like most book people do. I started reading Harry Potter when I was in 4th grade, which was in 1998. I believe the first Harry Potter book came out in 1997. So when the book started coming out, like yearly, I was the age that Harry, Ron, and Hermione was when they came out. So that was really, really cool. So when the 7th book came out, I was a senior in high school, and it was just really, really cool to be a part of that. So one of the things that I wanted to get at least the first Harry Potter book in Japanese to put on my Harry Potter shelf over here. Little did I know that I would come across the illustrated editions in Japanese. And so one of the things that I realized that most Japanese books have are these little, they're sort of like, advertisements on their books. So they come off very, very easily. You can just slide them right off of your book. I'm gonna keep all of mine because I love that aspect. But this is what the book looks like, which it looks just like the original, which is right here, except it's a lot shinier than the original. So we've got my original Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone right here. And then I have it right here. So you can see sort of the, let me see, can you see that? Can you see the comparison of it? I will say that some of the things, no, they look the exact same. I thought that for an instant there might be some Japanese where there's regular writing, but there isn't. They look the exact same, except this one's shiny and this one's not. This one has gilded in the gold, and then this one doesn't. I don't know if that's because when these first came out, I get them the moment they come out. It's like my you know, present to me, and so I get them when they first come out. So here's like an example of, this is Malfoy, and then the pages, I didn't realize how difficult this would be. So there's that one, and then let's see, that's page 66 in the original. Let's see what page, oh goodness, 66 looks like on here. So it's the exact same, except the words are all in Japanese. And I'm just so happy that I was able to get those. I also got the second one and then the third one. So these were like my most prized possessions. I'm not even joking. I'm pretty sure Aaron and I brought back about 35 pounds worth of books, like between us, and we don't regret any of it. Like, we 100% were extremely happy about that whole entire process and everything. Like, it's an awesome feeling to be able to bring books home, and like, I'm gonna be able to show my kids what we got while we were on our honeymoon. And so super excited about that. So those were actually my literature hauls, but Aaron also got a lot of manga, but I didn't show that in my manga haul, but I am showing his like literature in my haul because one of our favorite books together, he introduced it to me, is Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss. And one of Aaron's goals for when we were in Japan was to get Name of the Wind in Japanese. So Aaron has been to Japan now 3 times. One of his degrees is in Japanese culture, I believe, or something like that. And he can read a little bit of it. Like, his goal is to be able to read Name of the Wind in Japanese. So he was able to get the books in Japan. But what's super awesome about Japan, or like, I like the idea of it, is that they don't want to carry this big chunker around, and not everybody has ebooks or anything. So what the Japanese do is they break up a book like this into smaller books that they can carry in their bags, on the train, on the subway, like everything like that, which I think is really cool. So Aaron's, pretty sure, yeah. So the Name of the Wind comes in 5 little books in Japan, which I also think is super cool, because then the covers sort of show more than what this does. So this just shows both sitting right here and then like a landscape scene, right? Well, this one, it shows all different kinds. So this is book 1. Then we have book 2, when it starts talking about him as a child. This is probably the part where I sobbed the most. I'm not gonna spoil it for anyone. Book 3. Book 4. And if you've read this book, then you know what it's about. And book 5. And of course it also has the little thing that goes around here, and then we've got the second book in the series, The Wise Man's Fear, which I haven't read yet because, whoa, Delilah. So we've got the second book here, which is The Wise Man's Fear, which I haven't read yet because Patrick Rothfuss has still not written the third book in the series because he's a perfectionist, and I don't want to get even more attached to the characters than I already am and then have to wait even longer for the third book. So this is the second book, The Wise Man's Fear, which I'm probably going to read this year, if not next year. And then that book is even more in depth. So we have 7 books in Japanese from that. So I make sure that they're all in the order that they need to be in. And so I'll show you the covers of that. This is number 1, 2. See, and like I'm even knowing some of the things that happen just because of these covers. 3, 4, 5, sorry, 6, and 7. This one looks really cool. So those are the book haul of Japan that I did and that Erin did. What are some books that you, if you went to another country, or if you have gone to another country, you 100% would need to buy in that language? Like, no ifs, ands, or buts. This is what you would have to go to a bookstore and purchase and have in another language if you could. Let me know down below. I would really love to know. Please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. And until next time, guys, happy reading.